Okay, guys, good morning to all of you. Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up or put L and C right now. All right. Okay, morning to you, Rayan. Morning to you, Janet. Morning to you, Louis. Good morning to you, and K-Tick. All right. All right, once again, good morning to all of you once again. It's a Friday. Finally, we get to rest. No, tomorrow I have my preview. So I need you guys to come online and watch my preview. And of course, if you have friends who are interested to join the TWB family, tell them to come in. Now, the thing is this, I'm going to be very upfront with you. I'm probably one of the most vocal speaker who is calling for a potential sell-off in the market as we approach next week. Potential, yeah? I'm not saying that it will happen, but I just say that potentially it might happen, all right? And because of that, right, if you were to be on the wrong side, you might be very heavily hit, okay? But of course, again, it doesn't mean that today I say it will go down, and what if it doesn't go down, then what happened? Now, to me, it's very simple. If let's say now from now till then, we expect it to go down and the market sell down instead towards that point, then I will tell you that we'll be very nimble enough to reverse our call and go for the buy instead. Because I always believe in this, when everybody's on one side of the ship, you just have to walk to the other side, especially when the expectation is at the highest point. It's just like a soccer game itself. If the favorite is expected to win and everybody is like total, the whole stadium of people expected to win, then sometimes itself, right, you will notice that the scoreline will be a very unique. Yeah. So my point is this. I still stick to my gun. I still think that 16 to 18 of March is a very critical period for a lot of things, whether it's basically due to the technicality of the market, or because that the market situation itself calls for it, or because of some seasonal pattern, or because of some technical pattern, or maybe some astrology pattern, or even the sun flare, the planetary pattern. Now, there's a lot of reason for it, but nonetheless itself, right, I'm just going to tell you, I'm very, very focused on this coming week. So if you are going to be like interested to make the type of money that you long for, then you should consider to join us. And if your friends are still, not making money from the market, also tell them to join us. Okay. All right. With that as well, that's the front part of today. Let's just begin today's MAO. All right. Let's go. Right. Today is the 11th of March, Friday. All right. You can see from my picture itself, you can see that we have this ECB chief. All right. She 1 month ago, she was saying that there's no need to do any rate hike, no need to do any reducing of the balance sheet. Suddenly, it's all right. Now she calls for it. So you find it very familiar? It is familiar. They're always doing this thing itself. They will tell you that no need, no need. Then after that, last minute do things. Because why? When they tell you no need, but they do something they do it first. Then for people who are retailer, they won't know what's going on. They say, hey, no, the mainstream media say, Christine Lagarde say nothing, don't need to worry. But if you look at the euro coming down, you will know that something is very wrong. So that is how the financial market works. And later on, I'll cover into the China stock instead. And you understand why I've been going again. I'm basically very, very bearish on the Chinese stock. I've been very bearish. And I tell people around me, I say that, look, if you want to buy Chinese stock, it's all right. I won't stop you from doing that. But likely you will suffer losses. I've been telling you people this very vocally, yeah? There are those people who remember that itself, right? That you know that I'm actually very bearish on the Chinese stock. All right, if you remember that I am, just keyword REM right now. There are 64 of you. Kindly, if you remember that, key REM. And of course, same thing again, guys. Today's session is going to be very impactful. I will cover the FANGs counter again using my TWB system version 5.88 to just show you why am I still very bearish with this counter. Yeah, okay. Then of course we have the Bitcoin. Now, due to the executive order, we are supposed to have a very big bullish movement in the Bitcoin, or the cryptocurrency. But the thing is this, yesterday, almost immediately, the market came off already. So what happened again? So obviously it's all right. The market don't buy into the executive order. That is a main driver, and that causes a bit of problem to the market. Yep. Okay. So with that, that is another reason why I say we could be going towards a potential big problem if this is not resolved properly. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Leslie. Remembering my 1515 theory. Yeah. Thank you, King Hua, Sui, and Louis. All right. Morning to you guys once again. So that one is Bitcoin. But then the guy that I always am very impressed with his analysis is this guy, Tom Lee. Now, Tom Lee says that, right, the recent sell-off is a little bit more than he expected. Hence, therefore, he felt that this is a good time to buy. Now, I already said this in January. I disagree with him. That's why I put a 1515 strategy. Now, I'm not Tom Lee. I'm definitely not near to his level. But in terms of market view itself, right, we have our indifference right now. Previously, last year itself, I was with him almost most of it. But this year itself, right, I kind of think that he might be a little bit off in terms of timing, in my opinion, yeah? He calls for the 5,000 S&P to hit in January. It didn't happen. He calls for it to happen in February. It also didn't happen. Now it's March 11th, and I still think that he'll be wrong. Now, I'm not saying that he's lousy, please. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm saying that that's basically based on what he shared and what I'm seeing now. We have some difference between us. So let's see what will happen then, okay? But I'm very bullish with him for the second half of the year, very bullish, and I'll explain more in detail once again. Okay, all right, so that is why these guys are all, every time when I put any picture on my first screen, right, it's basically tell you what am I covering today, yeah, majority of it. Of course, I have other thing added on. Okay, all right, okay, cool. All right, so disclaimer apply as usual, my friends. Disclaimer apply. You just have to make sure that you must understand that my job is to help you in the market. Your job is to follow according to the rules, okay? You just have to do that, yeah? Okay, so please make sure that you follow the my sharing. And of course, if you think that my sharing is different from what is yours, it's fine. You just have to look at what you are looking at. And of course, if we have something similar, then we can consider, we can look together. If your view and mine is different, then we just cross-check. And you know, it doesn't mean that I'm right. I could be wrong. So maybe you can cross-check. And if let's say I'm actually wrong, then you actually can use my downside, and then and then I'll work on it. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is the disclaimer. Important. Yeah. So the first joke of the day. Yeah. Why use the first? Because there's a lot of joke of the day to share with you. Yeah. Now, Wall Street definitely itself is very concerned with this inflation. But the question is this: the market doesn't seem to be bothered. Yeah, the market doesn't seem to be bothered. All right. Now, they keep on telling you that what inflation, but it's very, very clear that inflation is right smack in our face. And of course, you can see right now that our government, Singapore government already says that, right, we need to diversify our food import because they're already concerned. Now, this article came in January 2022. That means 2 months ago already. So you see our government have a good foresight. You can see that, oh, this is going to happen. There'll be a rising cost and stuff like that, but that's January. So now by February and March today, right, you can see that this is worse because of the Ukraine crisis. The entire supply chain issue got hit. And of course, now with the rising gasoline prices, it's actually basically giving more problem to all of us. So yesterday, we just saw the US inflation hits 40-year high at 7.9%. Now, 7.9% is a lot, correct? Now, 7.9% is really a lot, yeah? So the question is this: why is this happening? Why is this all happening? I think that without a doubt itself, the point is pretty simple, all right? Is that because of the supply chain issue and, of course, the overinflated figures around the way. All right, so all these speaks volume why you need to be very careful, especially as we move towards this January, this March period, yeah? All right, so let me ask now, there's 87 of you online right now, right? Now, let me say this. Do you think that next week from 16th of March to 18th of March itself, there will be a bigger sell-off? Now, you think that there will be a bigger sell-off, write the word bigger sell-off. If you think that there's no bigger sell-off, you think that it's going to be a rally, let's put the word rally, R-A-L-L-Y. Okay, I want to wait for your answers right now. I sincerely hope that everybody participate so that we can actually have a very enjoyable session, yeah? Okay, all right. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Okay, all right. So we have YC says sell off. Jennifer also says sell off. Oh, Eric say rally. Danny says sell off. Louis says sell off. Granville says sell off. Cheng Hui, Xu also says sell off. Okay, so we have two different camps here. Right, majority of you are looking at sell off. Okay, is it because you're influenced by me? Okay, I hope I'm not doing that. All right, now the thing is this: why do I prefer to expect a sell off? Because if you actually look at it, right, the problem is this: because 16th of March we have the FOMC meeting. All right. Then after that, most likely we will have to see what Jerome Powell and crew have to give. If they give 25 basis points itself, right, the market will be worried that they are behind the yield curve. But if they give 50 basis points, the market itself will tell you that, oh shit, there's bigger problem than it is itself. All right. So we have a problem here itself. We have a problem here because the question is, which one should they take? All right. A 25 basis point or a 50 basis point? All right. Yes, indeed, Wilson, you're absolutely right. There's option expiring also on 18 itself. And that is another issue because if you look carefully, 19, usually there's a period whereby the Federal Reserve will actually do their so-called usual putting money into the system. But this time around, the tapering has finished. It means that nothing will be added. So if let's say they go for 25 basis point and they actually expect a reduction in the balance sheet, right? This is going to give the market a lot of room to go towards the downside. So you can see right now, right, the so-called CPI data is 7.9%, is really at the real high of the time, the last over 40 years. Yeah, you can see that from 1981 until to date, this is really incredible. This is really a very bad sign in the market. Yeah, so you can see right now, oops, color going, yeah. You can see that from here itself all the way until now, we are now at the historical high again for the last 40 years. Oh, sorry, the 40-year high. Yeah. So you can see that it's a very big jump, and we're still not the end yet because we're going to have inflation. We're going to have interest rate hiking. So the thing is this: I still stand at that. I don't think there are more than 3 hikes this year. I don't think so. I think 3 hikes is the maximum I see before the market couldn't take it anymore and instead of say, you know what? Let's take a break. So I believe that no, Goldman Sachs says 7, they say 6, but to me, I only see 3. I only see 3 because I don't think that the market can take any more than 3. Yep. Okay. So anyway, I'm not Goldman Sachs, I'm not Citibank and all those companies. I'm just going to use my regular account sharing this with you. We will see how it goes from down there. Okay. All right. So end of the day is this. I just hope that you guys will make money from the market because if not, right, it's going to be wasted. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that is just the part 1 of it. The part 2, you can see now, right? Why am I concerned? Because I did say that there could be a potential recession coming in next year. Now, why do I say that? If you look back in 2006, whereby the inflation figure, the CPI data, went up to this point here, it's about 5.6, I think, if I'm not wrong. All right, that was where the market goes into an inflation, okay, a recession, sorry, my bad. Inflation plus recession, but that was because of Lehman crisis too at the same time. But prior to Lehman crisis, if you remember, that was where the crude oil price went up all the way to $147 US. Now this time around, the crude oil went up $124. We are still quite far away from $147, but with the current Ukraine thingy right now and the current situation, why not? There could be a potential of this happening. So my point is this: I believe that right, we will now. You can see now we are much higher. We are much higher than the last time. We are right now at this junction here. What do you think? Yes, indeed. I believe that there will be a technical recession coming in. I believe that there will be a technical recession coming in. All right. So of course, by saying this as well, I know I'm going to be way in advance of people. And of course, usually itself, right, people may not like it. Now I realize that for myself, right, whenever I give calls, somehow or other, people may not really like it because I always give calls way in advance. And of course, and the point is this: the last 6 years, the market has been very bullish because Federal Reserve have been pumping so much money into the system. But now they're no longer pumping money as well, and I come out to give a call that I expect the market to sell off, right? This may not be in the liking of people, and of course, if the market do come down, right, people may not like it because most people prefer to go long. But to me as well, right, this is the time that you must be very careful, because if not, you get very badly hit. Now, how many of you can recognize this guy here as well? This Chinese guy, all right, from China. Do you know who is he or what is he dealing? Let's take a look whether they are keeping up with the news. All right, take a look right now. Let me know whether do you know who is he? All right, anybody? Anybody can tell me, do you know who is he? Or what is he involved in? Or why is he in the limelight today? Okay, still say no idea who is he, right? All right, maybe if you're gonna buy some Tesla or Rivian or Neo, you may want to know who is he, because he is the guy who probably single-handedly did this. All right, let's take a look now. Look at the price of nickel. Now, nickel has been one of the most stable commodity for some time, although it has been rising, all right, very steadily from about probably 10,000 mark, slowly move up slowly all the way to maybe 20,000. Now, 20,000 not the first time it triggered. 20,000 was triggered entire year of 2021 to 2022. But 20,000 is still something that people can accept for that type of material weight, all right, per ton. But the thing is this, $20,000, yeah, a ton, yeah. But now, do you know that you hit how much? Oh my goodness, $100,000 per ton. Oh my goodness. That means that five times in one day, in 1 or 2 days, in fact, we precise for 3 days. 3 days, your cost increased by 5 times. Oh my goodness. So who is this person? Okay, let me bring it to you now. This person is called Xiang Guoda. All right, Guangda, sorry, Xiang Guangda, whose massive short bet on nickel helped trigger one of the most dramatic price in history, when nickel exploded more than 250% on Tuesday to hit a record high of just about $100,000 US per ton. Who faced now a multi-billion margin call, has required a coordinated bank build-out, including the participation of JP Morgan, has told his bank and brokers that he doesn't intend to reduce his position. Oh my goodness. That means that they want to get money and hold his position and fight the position because he believes that he is going to be correct. Wow. Single-handedly, my goodness, okay, single-handedly. He's crazier than Bill One. He's crazier than probably most of the guys in the market. And of course, lots of stress at the moment right now for him. And the thing is this, LME, the exchange, London Mercantile Exchange, nickel market won't reopen on Friday apparently. Now the exchange actually shut down on Tuesday when the thing went up by so much, right? Then after that, what happened? They said they will reopen on Friday, but now the latest update said that they will not open on Friday, meaning that there'll be even more problem, right? But well, on the flip side, on something positive, apparently on the SHFE, the contract actually dropped in China. All right, so there's a drop, about 15 to 30% drop. So again, we are not too sure what will be next. But thing is this is no good, right? And this is what you mean, all right? When we have all these sort of funny trades being done in the market, right? If you remember in all history, a good time, when all these things happen, it's just a matter of time, things will get crazier. And when we say crazier, we're not referring to the market itself, right? We'll get a lot of hits or problem, margin calls, everything will come in. And I can tell you this, a lot of people might be able to see their broker calling them for margin calls very soon, especially when the market lose more than 25% from the all-time high itself. Because if you remember, in January and February, many people bought shares and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. So today I have time for this. I know that you guys know that I'm pretty accurate at certain stuff, so I know why you're here. So today I got no time for this, but I want to tell you tomorrow is my preview. Okay, tomorrow will be my preview. Once again, it's all right. More than 90 people have signed up. All right, I would like to have more people to sign up. Please let them know that this guy is going to share with you now. I'm going to share at least 10 charts. 10 charts that are very good They are all the top-notch chart you don't find in mainstream media, and you really need to listen and you have to understand what I have to share with you. Okay, tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. sharp, I will begin. And of course, if you want to join us for a discounted price, you need to come online, and then you have to get the special code from us so that you can actually get the discount. But if you are watching it after the session, or you're going to watch it in the next few days, then you will not be able to get the special discount. So make sure that tomorrow 10:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock, 1.5 hours, 90 minutes, no frill, no gimmick, right straight on, tell you the market outlook, and then what you can see how our TWB system worked during the last 2 weeks, and you can make your decision from there as well. Okay, all right. Once again, if anyone can be kind enough, can you post in the sign up link into the this Facebook comment box? Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, this is important. I really wish that you guys will come in, bring your friends down. This is good because your friends will thank you for doing that, especially things go very crazy next week. Yeah, if market go crazy next week, then people who join me, they will definitely be able to enjoy this. Okay, all right, because I'm going to guide them, definitely going to guide them to make money. So hopefully can make them money before the class even starts. Yeah, okay, all right. So my class itself will be following Saturday from 10:30 a.m. Sorry, next Sunday, so on the 26th of March, on 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. the class. Okay, next week, next Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the 26th of March. Now, if you want to go for the premier level, that means that not basic but premier, that's higher level, then it will be on the 2nd and 3rd of April, and that's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for both days. Yeah, Brian, thank you once again. I really like it that you always been there for us yourself. Really, thank you so much. Yeah. All right, now yesterday we have seen the numbers coming in, right? The number shows that the initial job was 227. Now I haven't went through last few days when you all do a prediction. Yeah, I will get the result on Monday, but I believe that no one got it correct. If I'm wrong, all right, I apologize on this, but I just skimmed through. I don't think so, but sorry, because I was updating the MAO for today. I haven't time to update this particular slide yet. Don't worry, if you wanted the self right, we will not shortchange you. We'll inform you on the site. Once again, thank you. Right. So what do we have now is that the initial jobless claim is 227, meaning more people are actually jobless. Yes, indeed. I thought it should be better, right? The ADP numbers, the non-farm payroll figures are all good. Yeah, surprisingly itself. So that's why we had to watch again the market. Now, yesterday the Dow Jones was ridiculous. It was a wow scream here. Now, the start itself from 33,100, it slammed down to 32,900. And within less than half an hour, it went back to the same level. Yesterday, the range, the movement was really eccentric and really very big. And of course, after that, about 11 o'clock or so, that is where it started to come down all the way because of the talks in Ukraine and Russia did not go out fine. But then again, later on, when there are more things coming in as well, right? There are some denial say that things are bad. And of course, Uncle Sam started to push it up itself and the market went all the way up. It was down more than 300 points to 400 points before it closed at down by 112 points. I'll come to the Dow chart later on and explain to you more in detail. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me just do this. Okay, so S&P 500 falls on Thursday as stock resumed their downward move from the Ukraine and Russia war. All right, you can see that Alphabet was down, Apple was down, Tesla, Nvidia all were down, right? Sorry. Okay, so peace talk failed. That was the main driver. And of course, when that failed, the market went into retracement mode. But of course, after that, the market get a bit fine, it's too low, they try to push up again. Now, the negotiation ended with little progress. Of course, what do you expect? There will be at least nothing out of it for the first 5 meetings. Then after that, in between, there'll be fights in between, and that is where someone will buckle, and then they will give in. So I don't know who will give in, but that should be the right way I'm seeing right now. And of course, crude oil has cooled off. It was at a high of $125, and now it cooled off all the way down to about 100 or 90, if I'm not wrong. So what is happening? Right? Apparently, there's a lot of what do you call, from the China side, a lot of things happening, but I can't get confirmation, so I will not talk about it. All right, so basically they feel that, right, from other advisors, they say that right now the commodity prices may have a relief rally for a short moment, and let's say if everything goes ugly, we may have another bigger one. But of course, Amazon shares went up by 5.4% after they announced a 20-for-1 stock buyback, stock split, and of course a $10 billion buyback. very similar to one of the FANGs, and that's why the stock actually rallied. Okay. Now, but Zoom, Microsoft, Apple, Meta all dropped by a certain percentage because of the helping last year. I saw some of them. Yep. So of course, Goldman Sachs continued to press on this Ukraine, Russia. All right, because they just don't get involved, and because of that, they dropped another 1.1%. So overall, it's all right. This is what happened on yesterday's market. Yeah, yesterday's market. So let's take a look at the market on its own yesterday. Well, you can see that on its own yesterday, the market opens. It was below MA30 and MA200. So without a doubt, CCYR is a sell, which the market really came down. CCYR is a sell. But once it hit a base, that was where it got a little bit edgy. And the thing here itself is that the thing is when the market came back up, it crossed back MLP. Now MLP is 32,907, and if the market basically hit there and rebound, that means that the market is looking for buy. So you understand my point? Yeah. If you understand this, okay, let's take a look here. So you can see on the Dow Jones chart very clearly there is some interesting movement. Okay, first of all, the market goes below OP, CCYR is a sell. All right, you can see that. Okay. Next, you can see that, right, we have a very incredible bomb that is appearing right here at the very small here. And we straight away know that, right, maybe we need to be very careful. But once the market crosses this point here, we could see a ultimate recovery. And that's something that I told my friends on this about what will likely be happening. And of course, even though the market was coming down all the way, but once you see the bomb and there's no other way down, it will be going up. So that's what happened yesterday with the TWB system. Yeah. Okay, pretty cool system. Yeah. Can you see that? Okay. Okay, so this is one. Then let's look at crude oil. Now, added crude oil for today, just for recap sake. Now, along the way up the sell, right, many people went in to buy crude oil, and I keep on reminding them, don't buy, don't buy, don't buy because of that. Then we have this very clear, and this market basically broke below support, and all the way it came down, right? All the way it came down. Then yesterday, crude oil opened somewhere around here. What I shared was this: crude oil, if you want to go up, you go back to 109.73. But 109.73 hits, if it doesn't stay up and pull back, then you must sell already. That was what I shared, and I said that this likely will happen. And of course, if you look at the TWB system chart, you can see very clearly that it actually really followed the script. So initially, it opened, it went down to KDR -3. That was good. All right, we went in to buy, profited a little bit. The price came down, hit the KDR -2, went in again, and the price goes up. So basically, there were two winning trades before. All right, the big movement came in. Now, the best part of this is that, okay, once you see a star, that means you can draw the resistance, you draw the support. And of course, when the market breaks here itself, break the support, all right, due to some person, when you break it, look at it, the way the crude oil is slammed down, look at the speed, the demonic speed of it. So once again, this speaks volume why you need to have the star, you need to have the bombs on your screen. All right, very, very important. Yeah. Okay. So for those people who are TWB Premier trained, if you think that the star and bomb is very accurate, right? Can you key the word very accurate? Now, if you think that it's inaccurate, just put the word inaccurate. All right. So we can actually learn from there itself, and we see whether the application was correct or the what do you call the thing need to be adjusted again. Okay, so if you can tell me whether which is more accurate or is it more accurate, all right, please key the word right now. Okay, for this with all the bombs and stuff that's been added, this new feature added to version 5.0. Previously, we don't have that. Yeah. All right, thank you guys for your support and your writing. Thank you, really appreciate that. I will put the word accurate. I won't say very accurate, yeah, because of course there's some time it's not exactly important, but it depends on the market. If the market actually you know, if you use it in a way correctly. Yes, Lou said that, right? If you use it properly and correctly. The word is correctly, because you just cannot see star and bomb and just do what you're supposed to do. You have to see it, draw the two lines and watch it carefully, because star can go, the market can go higher, bomb can go lower. So you must understand that why is it there. Then of course you're looking at the ratio percentage itself, whereby you will know that how to utilize this. And again, tomorrow during the preview, I will be talking about that. Yeah, we're talking about the star and the bombs if we go for the TWB Premier. Okay, all right. All right. Brian says sometimes very accurate, most of the time accurate. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Right. This is the gold market. This is the gold market. Now, gold yesterday was nice. Gold opens here, and then what happened? The MA 200 is supporting, the MA 30 is supporting, but the MLP is against it. So straight away we know that if gold is a buy, CCRY is a buy. But because MLP is resisting it, right? If the market goes below OP, it's a sell. But yesterday you can see the low of the day was at the pivot 2 was at 1971. And incredibly, the low of the day was 1970. That means the market actually triggered the pivot and then rebound. Now, dear all my students, if the market trigger pivot 2 and rebound upwards, what do we do? That means that if the market trigger the pivot 2 in this case, and then it recovers above pivot 2, what should we do? Can you write for me right now? All my students, if you're around, can you write for me what should you do? If let's say the market hits the pivot 2 and then rebounded, all right, what can you do based on at the moment itself? Let me hear you guys now. Okay, now this is a good time for us to interact, to talk about this. We really want you to, you know, benefit from this, yeah? Okay, all right. So very fast, I can see Louis have already keyed in CCRY buy. Okay, yeah, you're right, Louis. Indeed, CCRY buy. Okay, you need to have the CCRY first to begin with. Okay, you really need to have the CCRY there first to begin with. So which means that, right, without a doubt, all my students will know exactly what to do when they see all this. So what happened during the day? Let's take a look. Look at it, my friends. Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, the market went below OP. It's a sell already, right? Sell. Hit the KTR -1, but the body closed below the KTR -1. It went down lower, it's expected. But once it hit the KTR -2, do you notice that it stopped there immediately? And the best of all is now, look at it, for 20 minutes or so, the market actually triggered the pivot to 1971 4 times over half an hour. Okay, trigger. Then the beauty part is the KCX began to blink at the bottom of the screen. Now, when you see KCX blinking on the bottom of the screen for gold, it's time to look out for buy in the market. Yeah, look out for buy in the market. So what happened is that straight away, do you see a CCRY on the screen? Yes, it is a CCRY on the screen. So that means that you're looking to buy. Your stop loss is somewhere around here. Now, what is some more there is something is incredible. Take a look. There is a bomb right there. So a bomb itself is there. You draw 2 lines, the high and the low. Now you realize that again, beautiful. The market just couldn't go down after that itself. And that was where all the technical trader, if you're smart enough, you can just go in to buy somewhere around here with a stop loss outside this so-called imaginary line. So which means that your risk is only so little and your upside potential could be as much as 5x. If you hold it all the way itself, it could be 20x if you actually got it right. So that means that if you reach, let's say, $100, by the time you reach this point itself, maybe you can make how much? About $2,000. Incredible, right? And you just need to follow through, because I already tell you guys that once the market triggered a pivot 2, it's always the first CCRY you see is a good buy. Losses itself is going to cap between the entry to stop loss, all right? You must always stop loss at the market. Then after that, if the market breaks up, like in this case, breaks up the so-called BNB, all right, look at the way it shoot up. Look at it. It's always like that, right? The shoot up is always very big, gigantic one. It's as if that it's done on purpose. But of course, if I tell you it is, then of course some people may not buy it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, guys, this is very important. You need to really know this. This is the reason why we are able to make money on a very regular basis. Okay. All right. Good. All right, so that will be the TWB side itself. Let me continue with the other local news and stuff like that. Now, one of the reasons why the US market went up yesterday was because that there was some news of saying that Biden want to do certain thing and make sure that things will be better. But why the price goes down? Because of that, Janet Yellen came in and said that the Russia economy will be devastated by the sanction, and of course things can get even worse. That was why. And obviously now, the other thing is this: when they do this diplomacy forum, right? Obviously, they try to have a diplomatic solution, but it didn't end up well. Both sides were not happy, and that ended. Right? So now you can see on this side here, there's one more market that everybody is not paying attention to, but I am. It's a Chinese stock market, right? The China A50 to start off with. Okay, take a look. Now, China A50, as I said back then in January 2021, that was the highest point for the last 10 months or 12 months. Then after that, I told you guys the market will come down to here, which is a 61.8 for Fibonacci, and usually the market will support. But recently, I shared, right, the moving averages tells me that the market is losing strength. It will be more downside. And truth be told, you can see that the market came down all the way to this point right now at 13,151 ranges around there. Now, of course, the RSI reading is at the common point right now and it's pretty low. But again, let me stress this, the last time when the RSI was that low itself, right, the market actually plunged down even more. All right, so not too sure how you read this, but I still think that the market is going to test this point here. So, and this point again is 13,149. Okay, all right, 149. So watch out for this. Things may get scarier, crazier in the time to come. Yep. Okay. Okay, now, yesterday, US market came out something. Apparently, it's all right. They sent warning to this company, Benjin, Yum China, Xylab Limited, ACM Research, Hashmet. All right, now the reason why these companies are all being labeled out because they haven't been giving out their so-called balance sheet properly to the exchange, and because of that, they're telling them if you don't give it by then, we're going to basically cut your listing. That really spooked the market, and that really hit it very hard because you can see right now the NASDAQ Golden Dragon Index, okay, is down by 10% last night. Look at the market itself, right? All the way down, all the way itself. So this is actually very unhealthy, but again, no choice, right? Okay. So you can see yesterday, the lot of China share was all being hit. We have all the famous one like Pinduoduo down by 17% in a single day, iQIYI down by 21%, Beike down by 23.93%. Oh my God, all these are China stock itself. All right, so all of them are being hit yesterday because of that particular news, yeah. And again, all this is because I get you guys the very good information that you don't want to miss out, yeah. So you can see now, right, the Crane share CSI China Internet ETF. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's at a very alarming point. Now in 2021, it was at a peak of almost 410. But now it has dropped all the way below 100, and this is definitely no good. Now you look at it, right, but short time where this guy is moving, okay, it's moving. Later on, the so-called InvestQ will fall. So when the market had to sell, the InvestQ also had to sell. But this time around, we have some selling. You can see that there was some selling, but there's not much physical involvement, all right, over here. And you can see over here from 2013 all the way, this two indexes is actually very closely knitted together. But when the pandemic happened in 2021 or 2022, in a way, the whole thing just opened up. So let's say now, if we know that the China Internet ETF will either stay here or go lower, and you can't, or here is all right, then you slowly come down all the way to this point here, okay? So let's see what happened. Let's see, I don't know how bad it is, but definitely yesterday, covered already that the Chinese market, especially Hong Kong, is not in a very good position right now due to the pandemic. Yeah, I will share this with you. Fred says that Yum says that it may delist by 2024. Is it? Okay, understand. Thank you very much for sharing, Fred. Okay, this is how we gather information, we share. Yeah. All right. So this morning, our student, the TWB student, started to short the Seng Index. So Cheng Kui made good money. Then of course Susan also did, and of course Louis also made about $400. That's a pretty good money for day-to-day expect. I know Louis every day want to make 1K US from his market, and I think he's been hitting it consistently. I know it can be done. All right, so you can see that as well. All right, so what are the important market information to share with you? Let me just bring them in right now. Hold on, yeah. All right, the ECB surprise market with more to wind down the stimulus sooner than planned. So you see, they were saying that it will not be important, they won't be hit last quarter, but now they change. Of course, you see because of the economic crazy news and the war and stuff. Okay, that one I'll leave it there. But here is Christine Lagarde, and she was actually against it. Now she's for it again. So all this wording you can actually read on your own on the TWB news site itself. Yeah. Okay, that's one. And of course, we have Bitcoin. I told you about Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin is supposed to do well under the Biden crypto executive order, but for some reason itself, right, the market says that this is no good, and because of that, people are saying that maybe we need to relook at certain stuff. Okay. All right. Then next one will be Now, while we're all guessing game itself, right? U.S. officials says Russia troops have made progress to enter Kyiv, and talks have failed to yield ceasefire. Okay, so let me update y'all in terms of the yield first. Yeah, a quick one on the yield. Just give me a moment. Can you see that? The yield, I told you it will recover, right? That means bond price will go back down again. I told you somewhere around here, a technical point. So this one created the whole theory. If you don't study on mine, you'll know it's whole theory. And then after that, the price goes all the way here. So now, of course, if we move any higher, it will be good. But the thing is this, we are now definitely at the high level. We're just not too far away. So I suspect that it will break through and go up all the way to 2.10%. And I repeat, having a high interest rate is not unless your family background or your personally rich, right? It may not hurt you that badly. But if you are not, then all this little increment is going to slowly bite into your reserve, yeah? Okay, all right. So with that understanding, let's just look at again all those data. Just a minute, yeah. Now for Santoli, right, he feel that the trader getting frustrated because of the fickle-minded market. Well, it is fickle-minded because the liquidity involved is very, very thin, super thin. That's why it's very difficult to get any this thing here itself. Right, you can see that they are saying that the S&P 500 will be resisted or supported at 4,100, 4,300. All right, and of course, the last time in 6 weeks ago, they actually went into 4,222. That was where it is. But now, okay, I think it should be fine. Okay, so a credit crisis, credit market is being heavily watched, not so bad, so you won't have a layman. So overall itself, right, it looks more of a positive note than a negative note, yeah, for the market. But if you read more in details, you can capture on it. Okay, all right. Now, of course, since I talk about this Tom Lee, I have to really give him this. Give me a moment. Okay, so let's see. Tom Lee, Fund Strat, says stock shaking off for a rough start and rally nearly 20%. So Fund Strat, Tom Lee says that there could be a strong rally by the end of the year 2022. Now, I totally, two hands agree with him, but I say again, I do not agree with his front part as well. I think that the second 5 months, which is from February to June, this is a very good time to buy. It's a very good time to see the market dropping off. And then when the market really bottom out and no one is buying, that will be the perfect time to buy into that. All right. Okay, wait a minute. Where's the Tom Lee's article on here? Okay, so Tom Lee says that he remained positive on stocks for the remainder of 2022. All right. He felt that we're now at no man's land at the moment. Our first case of first half of the year will be treacherous, which actually really happened. And then there'll be more, in his opinion, there'll be worse than that. And he says that because of this current situation now, okay, they are actually looking at potentially 2 weeks from now, another bigger wave of COVID apparently. All right, so Tom Lee will ask, do you think that stocks will end higher from where we are right now? And he said, yes, he still think that 5,100 is actually very achievable. So like based on today's price now, and how much is that now? S&P 500, let's take a look. It's now trading at 20,208. If let's say we're talking about another, maybe 5% drop, as I say, 5% drop, then of course we will see that, then things will get worse than what we have right now, yeah. But he still think that the overall itself is still okay. Everything looks good. So he thinks that the foundation of the bull market is still intact, and he feels that there's no problem with the language and stuff like that as long as you're here to make money. And of course, going from here itself, there are P ratio that are here about 15 to 20. Yep. Okay. So of course, end of the day, it's an own individual thing. If you think that it's going to go up, then of course, just stick to the long side. You should be fine. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the news side for today. Not much. We're going to go into the alternate market news. This is the one that you're probably waiting for. Now, yesterday, based on the closing, we have 15, 1.5 for the fear and greed index, 15. Now, the last time we saw was 12. That's why the market rebounded a little bit from the low end. Yeah. Okay. So 15, neither here or there. Maybe we just wait for a while. Okay. I look at 11 and 12. Yeah. Okay. So you can see that now the junk bonds prices are going up. The VIX is also moving up. The difference in 20 stocks and the bottom return, of course, is definitely the yield are better, okay, and then for the moving average, you can see very clearly when the market breaks it, it's all hell broke loose, okay. Now, what is going to be very important is this particular chart. You can see once again, it has a low back here, and then here, and now we have more on our side. So what happened is this: every time when the market hit perfectly the red line, it will go up, right? Yeah. Okay. The question is, why ain't happening right now? Why ain't happening right now? So that is where the biggest problem is. And I kind of suspect that the problem is going to happen very soon. So if let's say I got it correct again, 16 to 18 of March, just be careful. If the market prior to that is pushing up, then be careful that day or the days you might see some selling. Yeah, we will let you know. Okay, as long as you're a student, we will share more details with you. Okay, so guys, don't be penny wise, polished. Get to know us first before anything else. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next one. Oops, sorry. Give me a minute again. Okay, there's some problem with my screen. Hold on, yeah. Oops, hold a minute. Some little error here. Okay, now recently people have been asking me, Kel, how come the market is so volatile recently? Is it because of the Ukraine and the Russia thingy? I would say yes, but not the exact reason. If you look carefully now, the market depth proxy of the S&P E-mini futures, yeah, this is the one, the data. Now the average number of contracts are the tightest bid and ask in ES history. Right, the 3-day moving average shows the daily data of bid and ask under second signing. So in short itself, for yours to be at 3 or 4, all right, it's really a very, very lucky thing. And of course, we need to we need to really watch out for this. Now that's the reason why when the market move, right, if you go up so fast, came down so fast equivalently, because it's the liquidity is so tight that it's almost impossible for things to happen. Yeah, it's almost impossible. But of course, when you have a will, there's a way. So you can see that now on this one here. Another one says the global FCI now look to now tighten its long run average of 100. So what should I say on the 100? I try to tell you that last time this thing, all the notes where you're supposed to shift and narrate in a way. Now the thing is that even more stuff coming in, all right, it'll be more defensive. And of course, the last time we see something so fearful was back in 2016, right? Where the market gave way a little bit, but not a bear market, yeah. All right, so that will be the alternate market news. Not a lot, because I'm going to reserve the rest for tomorrow preview. So tomorrow preview will be hell of a lot of good information. You don't want to miss it, yeah? Okay, let's go. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grr, and the lemmings go, it's different this time. Okay, so first of all, you can see I already tell you about the China market. I still think that the China market will come down to 13,149. So that's my target. Any lower than that, I'm not that interested. Okay, now let's look at the other market. Okay, so let's look at Hong Kong first for today. Now, Hong Kong, you can see that it is not doing that well. Now, a few things to know about Hong Kong, yeah. Number one, the MA 200 is above me, the MA 230 is above me, and the MLP today is above me. So three things are all above me, so the market is pretty bearish if, let's say, it goes below OP. Only if it goes below OP, then it can be bearish. If it goes above OP, that means that the terrains are negative, but there's no impact. I mean, more like just take profit and go. Okay, so with three of them all against me. So the thing is this, where the opening price? The opening price happened to be where? The opening price happened to be below. Okay, the opening price is 20,307. The opening price itself is higher. Opening price is lower than this pivot 2. So below OP, below pivot 2, what can you do, right? CCYR, color change from yellow to red. You can only look to sell the Hang Seng today. Only look to sell in the Hang Seng. All right. So how do we sell it? Right, you just have to go and find the chart. Okay, look at it when it goes below the OP of the day and below P2, right? And then look out for CCYR to sell. Yeah, look out for CCYR to sell. And of course, you can take a look. Can you see that? Beautiful, right? Straight away in the morning, when the market do a CC color change, yellow to red, immediately you saw it. It broke below the pivot. You can see, right? It went below the pivot. Pivot 2 is 20331. It went below the pivot, and straight away, without a doubt, you just have to short here. Now, place a stop loss there. Now, where the stop loss happen to be where the star is. So, which means that, right, if the market breaks here, there will be further selling. All right, and indeed, it also really happened. So this morning as well, we've been shorting the Hang Seng until here, whereby we bottom out and pick up most of it, right? Of course, I'm still holding some, and aiming at this figure 1998. Okay, I'm aiming there just for the sake of remembering it, and also tell people that you don't need to have very sophisticated product. You have something like this, it's pretty good enough. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was what happened to the Hang Seng. All right, let's look at the other market right now. Let's say Dow Jones. Okay, so Dow Jones, let's take a look now, everybody. Dow Jones, okay. Now for Dow Jones itself, same thing, the moving averages is all against it. MLP just triggered today, okay, going down. Pivot 2 also triggered and come down. Okay, guys, this is very important. This is actually what we call a inverse pivot, yeah, inverse pivot. Now, inverse pivot day, there's something very important is that the magnetic field itself is going to clamp down instead. When it's normal, it push up the above pivot 1, it push up, below pivot 2, it push down. But when it comes to inverse pivot, right, the polarity will switch the other way around. So what happened? That means that, right, if the market stays down below pivot 2 today, stay below pivot 2 today, there is a possibility, only possibility, that the market may go all the way down to hit pivot 1, and that is 32,426. Now the thing is this, now we're at 33,047. That means that we're talking about almost 600 points drop. Do you think it will be a 600 point drop? Well, I don't really think there will be, because the KSI is red. I mean, there'll be selling pressure, but it's downtick. That means the selling is not as great as it is. So kind of like a bit difficult, yeah? So I don't think so. But again, mathematically, it's like that because there's no more technical point for me to take a look. So 32,426, you can just try. Whether or not it happened, that's another thing, yeah? I'm gonna just try it for just the sake of showing, okay? All right, NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ is supposed to be up yesterday because of the CCRY positioning, but almost instantly the market didn't really like it and the market came off. Now, the KSI is definitely green and the thing is uptick. So by right, above OP, CCRY is a buy. But at the moment now, you can see it's trading below. It's MA200, MA30, MLP, all are negative, downside. So now, basically for this NASDAQ, the only way it can go down will be here. And this point will be this 13,302. All right, that is the pivot 2 level. Yeah. Okay. So guys, if you are looking to do something with it, you can consider all these numbers and make sure you try it out. Okay. All right. So done deal. All right. So let's done deal. We'll look at the next market, and that will be S&P 500. S&P 500 this morning touches the MLP brilliantly, just touch only, and then it comes off, right? Take a look, yeah, everybody. You can see the power of this. All right, this is the MLP, and the market triggered MLP and came down. And of course, it's a star. We can actually put two lines there, the high and the low, and straight away we can see that the price is coming off, and we know what to do. All right. Interesting, right? Until you see a new bomb appear or star appear, then we can look at it again. But for ESL, right, for this people who are very busy or they have no time to look up on the market, but colors is something easy, then this system is meant for you. Yeah, it's meant to be simple, easy, and consistent. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a potential zebra movement here on the market, and we will see how high and how low it will go from here. Okay, we'll come back to this later on. This one is Hang Seng, yeah. Or the S&P. Okay, Hang Seng. Now for Hang Seng day chart, as I mentioned to you earlier already, it's below P2, right? Now how low can this go? Well, if I didn't get it wrongly, but yeah. Okay, can you see that? Okay, this is the Hong Kong market now. You can see the dynamic of this. You can see very, very bad. The market just keep on selling. They're not going to do any form of buying at the moment right now, because all the way is coming down literally. Yep. Okay. So how low would this go? Well, I can't be sure, but I can tell you that if the market loses pivot 1 at 21,126, the downside potential could be at least 2,000, 20,000 for the index to reach. Yeah. Okay. Let's see whether can we see this. Okay. Now, lost by look at it, it's pretty far away, but you never know. You never know. Yeah. Okay. Now Nikkei 2 days ago went up, but then now has came off. Okay. Same thing again. All right. The market shows that it triggered the MLP brilliantly and couldn't stay above it, and with doji directionally, you stick to the market position, and then because the flip was there, so what happened? It's a double sell over here. So that's the reason why we basically found this guy, 23-year-old, trying to join open AKF. Okay, it's okay. Sorry, my bad. In this market itself, right, hits the MLP. Okay, hit MLP and then pull back. And because today is DJDD, the market will be a directional day. So for Nikkei, the first level after the MLP, you'll be looking for the pivot 2, which is now done 25,120. Now the next level it could go potentially, if you look at the screen right now, there's no more numbers available on the screen, right? So the next number you will have to go is the nearest KCV, which happen to be here. That means that the next level that the market could be going down will be all the way to 24,424 level. All right, so this is again another thing to watch out for the market. Very, very important. This is the KCV at 24,424 level. Something very important. Okay. All right, so we have this all ongoing right now. Let us continue to watch the next market, and that's DAX. Now, DAX yesterday rejected downwards, yeah, after the last 2-3 days of upside. The DAX actually rejected, then it came down. Okay, can you see that? So basically what happened is that the market gap up was here, opening price, it was there. And okay, and then what happened? It just failed to stay up. It goes down. When it came down itself, what do you see? It went all the way down to the MLP level, it's 13,504. And once it reached that, you notice that it stopped there brilliantly at the closing itself. All right, but the most incredible part is where it stopped. You see the low of the day? The indicator stays at 13,332. 13,332 is actually a pivot 2 level. And if you look at it from the chart view yesterday for the DAX, you can see that the market really almost hit there and then recovered. Yeah, almost hit there and recovered. Okay, so again, this tells you never fight with the pivot. Yeah, if the pivot says sell, sell. If it says buy, look for buy. So, okay, next one will be the crude oil. Now the thing is this, evidently crude oil, how low can it go right now? Now people have been asking me, Kel, how about crude oil, crude oil? I already tell you guys, it's still not the time to buy crude oil yet. I repeat, not the time to buy crude oil yet. When we buy crude oil, it went up. That's why we profited. And after that, now it's coming down. Many people are trying to squeeze and try to buy bottom. And I did say already, it's still too early to buy crude oil. Okay, now for today, very clear, the view is this. The MAs are all supporting it, undeniable. But the MLP is going against it. Okay, so which means that for crude oil, not yet. Now, only if maybe if it hits this point, the MA30 and rebound, maybe we can look at it. Only when that happened at $100.50 until the market hit the MA30, then we look at it. At the moment now, no. But overall, can we buy soon? Yes. I still believe that after this selling is over, the market will be going up again. So buying is a must, but not now. Okay, I repeat, not now. And KSI is red in color, so it's downtick, meaning the selling pressure in the market. So please do not go in right now. Okay, wait for a while, right? I don't know how long should we wait, but we just wait for a while. Okay, all right, that's crude oil. So I'm done with all these indexes and commodities. Let's look at the gold market. Now gold is coming down. Gold is coming down. Okay, now gold FYI, let's take a look. Now, gold today is a DJDD, so which means that if gold stays below OP, it's a sell. MLP is 1992, right? MLP is 1992. So which means that, right, if gold basically stays below 1992, we should see some selling, yeah? MLP is 1992. So now it's trading below MLP, so that's why we are seeing some selling right now, yeah? Okay, so how low can it go? Well, the next figure after 1992, the next available figure on our screen is 1965. That means that if the market really sell off, there's a chance to see gold trading down to 1965. Okay, it could sell down to 1965. Okay, now upside itself, right, is very limited. Okay, if it can go up back again, it'll be 1992, but it can go much higher. Wow, go back all the way to 2048. I don't think so. That will happen. Now, fundamentally itself, now there's nothing for gold to push up. Yeah, I do understand this because the gold will push up because of the worry in this Russia and all this stuff, this war thing. But now the thing is that it seems like it turned out a little bit. So now the demand for gold may not be as substantial as compared to the past. So that's why I am not that keen to look at gold too much on the upside, yeah, unless there's some volatile news that you need to pay attention. Okay. All right. So that one is the gold price. Now, how about silver? Now, silver, I suspected it will go higher to 2739, but apparently no strength. And of course, now the new measurement on this thing here itself is going to be worse. All right. So now today's the DJDD2. All right, you can see the doji, and then the market now trading below MLP. MLP is $25.83. So your downside itself could be all the way down to $25.28. And if drastic enough, who knows, if we go down to 24.77 level. Okay, so just let you know where can it be going. And for silver, but if silver finds some strength, it's still there. Once you go back again above this point, the next time, we go for it. Okay, we go for it. Yeah. Okay, so that's two for them. Last two will be Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now you can see that today the Ethereum continues to slide because the MA30 is on top, MLP is on top, right? It continued to slide. So now today it opens here, straight away it goes down. Nearest number itself is 25.38, which the market has already triggered. So another lower number to go is really all the way down to this point here itself, and that's 23.11. Now I don't think it will come down to 23.11, but the thing is this. All right, the 25.38 is highly possible. Yeah, already triggered already. All right, so that means that if we close below, then we see 23.11. Yeah. And last but not least is the Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin also opens here and is below MLP, below MA30, right? CCYR on the day chart, everything looks bad. So that means the first target it will be here, 38,482. Now the thing is this is triggered already, right? So next one will be here, and that will be 38.3. Okay. All right. The last one, which I think more likely will happen, will be around here at 36.929. Okay. All right. So this is all these are the figures that the Bitcoin can go. I still think that Bitcoin is going to trade lower because there is no much support in the market. Overall, so most traders are not really taking Bitcoin as a form of support or as a backup. Most people are just speculating it. Okay. All right. So that will be the end of today's MAO for today. Tomorrow will be the preview on its own. Tomorrow is a very important preview because for first half an hour or so, I will cover a lot on this general outlook of the market. I'll show you 10 different charts that's going to be very important for you. You don't want to miss that. And of course, after that, we'll show you the importance of having the TWB indicator. All right, that will be all for today. Tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Please bring a friend in. All right, that will be all for today. Bye-bye.